So I'm a YouTuber. Some might say an influencer. Although perhaps I need more subscribers before you can call me one of them. I don't know. Either way, what I want to say is I've got a lot of experience. But although I've got a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge on life, dating, mental health and all that sort of thing, and I've messed up in all these areas lots of times, which is also why I consider myself qualified to be able to give you this information and give you advice. Because I've learned from all these mistakes. The me you see before you is 10 times the man I was, say, 10 years ago. However, don't take everything I say as pure gold that you must follow religiously, because maybe it's not for you. And that goes for any other influencer or YouTuber or anything like that as well. So stick around for this one to find out why. King D back with another one. And this one's called Make Your Own Mind Up. Think for yourself. So what am I on about?
Yeah, King D, what are you on about?
I'll explain, young man. So everything I do say is valid. It comes from a lot of experience, a lot of failures, and a lot of success. And I want you to take everything I say on board. Take it into account. Take it all on board. But ultimately, make your own mind up. Think for yourself. For example, what I call a high-quality woman might not necessarily be a high-quality woman to you. Same with a low-quality woman. For me, I think two people in love is better than slinging dick around. You might disagree. Now, I've got valid points to suggest what I think is right. But it's my perspective. Yours could be different. And ultimately, you decide for yourself. Now, for me, I prefer a woman who hasn't been ran through. And why is that? Because she's less likely to cheat. She's more likely to connect on a deeper level. She's less likely to be riddled with STDs. And the idea of my partner being passed around like a pass-the-parcel orgy, well, it sounds pretty gross to me. I don't think many blokes like the sound of that one. But maybe you do. I mean, what we value in a woman, it's all our own opinion. You might just value a woman's dick-taking abilities, and you're not bothered about any depth or commitment or anything like that. Therefore, a slag would probably be just right up your street. Maybe for you, as long as she knows her way around a cock and balls, you're happy. Well, then think about it. What do you really want out of a woman? I'll give you another example anyway. Look at Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate. Now, if you don't know who he is, now his lifestyle is very appealing to a lot of people. And a lot of people, a lot of men, consider his life as a success. But is it? Now, I look at my life compared to his and what I value out of life. Now, one of the top things on my list that I value is peace. I've had enough drama to last me 2 lifetimes. I don't want any more. I don't. I just want peace. Now, do you think Andrew Tate gets much peace? I don't fucking think so. Doesn't look like it from where I'm standing. He's the most Googled man on the planet. With all that money and fame, he's a walking target, isn't he? And he can't just nip to Tesco for a pint of milk, can he? He said it before, he can't go to a restaurant without having his back to people. He's got to be looking all the way around to see what's happening, so nobody jumps him or hurts him. To me, that's not a way to live your life. No thanks. So his fame comes with a lot of restrictions. It's restricting him. And I value my freedom. Freedom's a big one for me. I answer to nobody. I go where I want, and I do what I want, when I want. And I've worked hard for that as well, to be in the position where I am now, where I literally do what I want. That, to me, is success. Now let's look at his love life, shall we? Andrew Tate's love life. Having 20 plus sexy birds in his home 24/7. Sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Now I'm sure, chaps, a week of that, I'd be quite happy. I'm sure I'd enjoy myself very much. But for me, it get pretty old pretty quick, if I'm being honest with myself, when I really think about it. I don't want 20 birds in my home. No, thank you. Give it a week, any longer than that, and I'd have an headache. I'm like, get out. You're doing my nutting. One woman at a time is bad enough. And again, maybe you disagree with me, but think about it. I mean, picturing his situation, right? 20 plus birds, or however many is in there. Always looks like there's a lot. I didn't have a queue up to go to your own toilet, because there's a load of birds need a piss. No thanks. And there's makeup and girly shit all around. No thank you. Get it out of my house. But again, maybe that's the lifestyle you want, but it's not for everyone. I mean, you're only seeing one side of it. You're only seeing what they want you to see. But really think about that. 20 birds in your house, yeah? Imagine them all bickering and falling out and being all catty and... No thanks. Because let's face it, girls don't get on very well, do they? In general. And how about all these sports cars, eh? I wouldn't want one myself. That's not success to me. I mean, for one thing, people instantly hate you. See you driving around in a big posh sports car and they think, oh, look at that prick. Which, I mean, I'm not really bothered about what other people think of me. But either way, you look like you got a big target on your back. People think, right, he's got money. And I won't be able to relax. If I'm in a car worth thousands and thousands and thousands, I won't want to drive it. I think, fuck it, what if I scratch it? What if this, that and the other? I like the shit heap I've got, where it's ideal for work. I don't mind banging my wheelbarrow up against it to load a load of stuff in the back. It means nothing to me. It's just something to get me from A to B. Now, if I've got to go somewhere, it's not going to get me there any quicker if I'm in a sports car, really. I mean, there's speed limits. Doesn't matter how fast the fucking vehicle is, does it? And I'm still going to get to point A, from point A to point B. Anyway, what difference does it make? And for another thing, I'm not into sports cars. They do not excite me. And again, I've worked hard for the life I've got. Genuinely, I answer to no one. I've got a lot of freedom. I'm my own boss. And I do what I want. It's a modest life as well. But it's also rich. It's rich in things that I value. Like love. Like love I share with my kids, my family, my close friends. I've got such beautiful people in my life. That to me is success. And they don't give me drama. It's all peace and love and respect, care, and all these nice things. I've literally got everything I need in my life. I've got everything I need. I don't need any more. Sure, there's stuff I might want. That'd be great. But I don't need it. That to me is success. It's a happy life, full of great people, lots of love, no stress, no money worries, no drama, no restrictions, and no one telling me what to do. Aside from maybe my youngest, she's a little bossy boot she is. But I can handle that. So I wouldn't want to trade lives with Andrew Tate. But the common thinking recently, especially amongst young men, is that is the life to achieve. When, if I think about it, his life would not bring me any more joy than the life I've got now. In fact, it'd just bring me more stress, which I do not want. And the common thinking is, if you've not got the life of Andrew Tate, then you're failing.
Really?
So what I'm asking you to is really ask yourself, what do you value most in life? And what does success look like to you? Not what anybody else fucking thinks. What do you see success as? What is it that you really want out of life? Not what everyone else is telling you want. Really think about it. I mean this. This is where we're going wrong in life. Especially with the media, social media, all these influencers telling you what to think. Think for your fucking self. What's important to you? What's true to your values? What do you strive for, really? When you really think about it, what do you want? Not what everyone else wants for you, or what everyone's telling you want. What do you want? Like, in the world of social media and media in general nowadays, so many people are being programmed how to think. So question everything. Now, this is something I've always taught my children to do as well. They question everything. I can guarantee they won't be fooled or misled. And they won't be swayed unless it's something that sticks with them, that they've really thought about and they agree with. And now these days there's always an agenda as well. And after a lot of thinking, because I think for myself, in my eyes it tends to be
A sinister one.
It's a sinister agenda. And to me it looks like so many minds are getting corrupted as well. I mean, for an example, modern feminism, clearly a load of bollocks. The facts are right there in front of them and they're ignoring them. But they're just not willing to look at an alternative view. They're not willing to question their own views and values. And it's the same with the red pill nowadays, how extreme that's getting in some circles. Very similar to the modern feminism, but from the other side, of course. And these things are feeding themselves, and they're feeding it with hate in a lot of cases. Like the red pill, women are this, that and the other. Look around you. Open your eyes. I see a lot of good women, and I see a lot of happy, healthy relationships as well. And all of them defy this red pill, or the extreme red pill anyway. But the issue is it's very alluring. And I'll be honest, it sucked me in for a long time as well. I mean, for one thing, it makes a lot of good points. It does. And there are a lot of truths to the red pill. But it is snowballing. When you look at it, it is snowballing. And it's snowballing into something I don't really 100% agree with. Still, there's a lot there that, yep, can't argue with that. I've thought about it. Thought for myself. I can't argue with it. But I'm not blindly following it. I'm still questioning it all the time. What do I really think? Let's look at all the alternative ways of looking at it. And it's also entertaining. Now, even still, I enjoy listening to red pill content. I do. And even the extreme stuff, it tickles me. It amuses me. It's like a comedian telling a joke. There's some truth to it. That's why it's so funny. But it's exaggerated. And I agree with a lot of it, but not all of it. And maybe you're watching me right now and you don't agree with everything I say. Good. As long as you're taking what I say into consideration, because there's a lot of validity to what I say. I've got a lot of experience in all walks of life. And I've always strived to learn and be better. And I can tell you lots of things that's worked for me, but they might not necessarily work for you. Like fasting, for one thing, that's changed my life, physically and mentally, and there's no exaggeration. Does that mean everyone should fast? Certainly not. Does that mean everyone should try it? Most of you definitely should. How can you make an argument against it if you never tried it? Or researched it yourself, look into it. There's plenty out there to suggest how good it is for you. It's not the common narrative though, because you can't sell fasting, because it's not eating. This is why it's only coming out now where people are saying it really. Only in recent years it's starting to get popular again. Because no one can sell it to you. No one can make any money out of you for fasting. And you won't know if it's any good for you unless you try it out for yourself and look for the evidence yourself. Make your own mind up. So that's another example anyway. And we're going to leave that one there. I was hoping for a short video here because I've got a lot on this weekend. But the clock's ticking on this one. So that'll do. Like, comment and subscribe. And as always, be the best you and do it for you. Cheers.